To the Shell City Gym. I'm your host, Blastnite, and today I actually got something quite fun, since it is Friday Fun Deck, Friday Pokédex, whatever you want to call it. And I actually got the idea from Boosted Subra. Unfortunately, he's not able to help me with this video and come with some meta decks, but that's okay. I'm trying to actually get a hold of a good friend so he can help me play against some meta decks. Well, today I'm actually bringing in Empoleon. This was inspired by Boosted Subra, and we have some pretty good things going on. I was making an original video earlier, but unfortunately it didn't come out as I wanted to, so I'm actually bringing a re-edited version of the video, and I have made this deck a little bit more competitive than it was originally. So, Empoleon, where do I start? As you know me, I like to start with energy. I feel like energy is a big part of the deck. It's usually 1/6 of the deck. It's the math is just big within energy, and I'm actually starting off with something quite different. I'm starting off with 8 energy and 2 splash energy. The splash energy goes back to what I talked about, resource management and how to use the resources within the deck and how to make a deck as competitively as possible. Now, Splash Energy, for those who you don't know, once a Pokemon's knocked out and this energy is attached, all the Pokemon come back to your hand. Now, see, that's beneficial within this deck because Empoleon is a Stage 2 Pokemon, and with Stage 2, it's kind of hard to get back up to where they once were. So having that Splash Energy allows us to set up Piplups to Primplups to Empoleons, and therefore recycling. So essentially, we could have up to 6 Empoleons, the 4 original, and then the 2 that we will bring back. And Splash Energy has seen a lot of success within Greninja, so I thought it would be beneficial if we put it back into another water deck, since especially it's returning, and it's a 1 prize attacker. Now, 8 water energy. Everything that you're seeing on the field right now in front of you is two energy attackers. So Zorak is a 2 energy attacker, and Polion is a 2 energy attacker. Wish I could reduce it to 1 energy, but I can't. So that's why I have 8 energies. I can reattach them with Aqua Patch. And the great thing about Aqua Patch, instead of using Max Elixir, Aqua Patch lets me attach a water energy to Empoleon when it is evolved. So what else do we have? So we're going to go on to Pokemon next. So a few decks don't carry Zoroark GX. I like Zoroark GX in this deck because I could use Righteous Beating because it attacks for 2 colorless energy. And we're loading up the bench, we're loading up our active. So even though we don't have a Choice Band attached, it hits for a nice 120, echoing Dawnwing's Necro and anything that's weak against Dark. It echoes the Melamar that we're seeing really prominent within Psychic Recharge decks. I'm using Zorua. Unfortunately, there's not a Zorua that has 70 HP. We have 2 Lele's. Lele's are not going to be used mainly. I have considered using Octillery instead of Lele's, but Lele is just better for a turn 1 Bridget, which is what you want to do essentially for turn 1. Cynthia's, Guzma, and Sycamore. You could use the second Lele. I typically don't use it. It's for dire emergencies, and that's what it is there. It is a secondary attacker. You could even consider tertiary or a third attacker. Zorak would be your secondary, and Empoleon is your primary. So let's take a look at this line. Now, Piplup has multiple options. I decided to use the Ultra Prism one. It has 70 HP, therefore not allowing Buzzwole to 2-ko it, but rather 3-ko with Jet Punch. I'm using Primplup, not much different. I wish I had 100 so it can be more resistant against Buzzwole, but it's not. So in my original video that I was making, I had 2 of these. I want to go back to 2 of them. I'm going to see that there is more consistency within the deck, so I'm going to get rid of this Bridget and add another Piplup. Now for Empoleon, since we have 4 Piplups, it's going to be a great 4 Empoleon. Now we have Aqua Patch, 4 of them. I'm going to go back to Empoleon. I felt like that was a little quick. So this is our primary attacker, and we're going to use Total Command. Total Command does 20 damage for each bench Pokemon. Right now, the maximum that both players could have is 10. That equals up to 200. So that's outgoing a lot of stuff. Even if we had a choice band, that makes it to 230. That's outgoing a majority of stuff, even a Buzzwole with a Fighting Fury belt attached to it. Really great attack, even the last attack. We're using all water energy, so which is really great. Whirlpool does 90. It discards an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. So it's kind of like a free crushing hammer, only towards the active Pokemon though. And we get to discard an energy, so we're seeing a lot of colorless energy DCEs being used. And so that would be great. It'd be great to knock off a strong energy. So the second attack comes in handy, but we're mainly focused on the total command. So items, not that many items that you see, but a great amount. I'll get back to why I'm deleting this rescue stretcher. So for Aqua Patch, it gives us the ability to discard 4 water energies how we would like to. And it would allow us to get rid of them for trades, for Sycamores, for Ultra Balls. It just comes in great with that great number of 4. And it makes the deck a little bit more consistent. 2 Field Blowers. As you can see, we're not running stadiums, so we need to somehow get rid of stadiums that are blocking our bench from growing. And then getting rid of items. 4 Rare Candy. 4 Rare Candy for our Piplups to evolve immediately to Empoleons. And that's okay, we get de-evolved in the process because we can always just use our Piplups to evolve back. Now I had 2 rescue stretchers. I'm going to tell you why I took off the secondary one in a little bit, but just 1 rescue stretcher to put back whatever we discarded into our discard and put back into our hand, or maybe we just want to shuffle a whole line of Empoleon back into our deck, which would be fantastic. Now, I'm going to attach or add a Super Rod into this deck, so we could do now a mixture of water energy if we've already used all our Aqua Patches, and a mixture of Pokemon, so which makes it really great. For U-Ball, not much to say about that. Grab Evolutions, grab Lele's, grab Zoroark, it's universal. Ultra Ball is universal. You'll never see me spend so much time on that. We're going to come up to the 8-minute mark, so that means I got 2 minutes to explain my supporters. So I got choice bands, just finish up items, 3 choice bands. We're not going to need that many since we're already hitting for a high number. A lot of things aren't using bodybuilding dumbbells either. So 230 hits for a lot, even if we have odd numbers, so it gives us an extra 30. We have 2 Floatstone. We aren't using Manaphy, and a lot of water decks use Manaphy to rotate and get that free retreat, especially since we're having water energy. It would be ideal, but since there is about 3 to 4 copies of Goosebump, just becomes a target. That's 2 free prize cards that our opponents take, but since everything takes 2 water energy to attack, it would be fine if anything gets knocked into the active, just keeps attacking. So I got one Bridget to make this possible turn 1. With the consistency, seeing Brooklet Hill out there, it's possible to get a full bench within turn 1, especially turn 2. Now I see 3 Cynthias to shuffle cards back into the deck, because nowadays throwing things away it hurts a lot, just because everything's essential within the game now, since there isn't much recovery options. 3 Guzma, even though everything is a 2 energy attacker, a Guzma comes in handy to get rid of stuff that's in the active that you don't want as a target, to get rid of Pokemon that are attacking and destroying your active Pokemon. You know, it just shuffles, maybe you can hit that 120 perfectly. It's just good to have the Guzma. To N, as I said before, N is used for mid-game, late game. Mid-game in the sense of maybe your opponent's down to 4, 3 prize cards that you want to shuffle, end them into 3 or 4. Late game when they're down to like 1 or 2, since it is a 1 prize attacker. Now Sycamore, not much to say about Sycamore, is to accelerate the early game to mid game. That's when you want to use Sycamore, and Sycamore becomes beneficial. Well, that is the 10-minute mark of the analysis of this deck. So I'm going to attach the Super Rod to the deck, and we're going to get started. Hopefully we can get some good games. Now, I got a text message back from my friend, and he said he's not sure if that would be good for a fun deck, the meta decks. I'm going to ask him anyways whether he'd do it. While I wait for a response from him, I'm going to start a game. Hopefully we can find some easy wins. Some great meta wins would be good. A lot of my great fun deck ideas come from Boosted Subra or Mike Myers. And Mike Myers actually gave me a really good dragon deck that I did commentation on. It was Garchomp Haxorus, and this was way back in 2016 when Haxorus and Garchomp were pretty good. Unfortunately, I made the video way too late because that's when GXs were introduced, and you know, Bridget kind of broke the rules. So it wasn't as viable, but at one time it was really good. He was taking second and third place within tournaments. Hey, I'm expecting Lele. I'm gonna bridge it onto the field. I'm gonna bridge it since I do have that float stone. I'm able to get out 2 Zoruas, and I'm gonna get out another Piplup. I'll do 2 Piplups. Actually, he might target my Zorua, so sorry to be so indecisive. That might become a target, but that's okay. Now he's gonna Lele. I don't know what he's gonna play. He has Cynthia. He's gonna try to set up, and I should have initially set up. I felt like it was gonna be an easy game or easy target since I did have Guzma ready to Guzma out this Dawnwings if it did retreat. Let's see. Now I got the Sycamore, which is really good. I hate to initially waste the rare candy. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to do it. Now I don't know what he's playing. I originally thought he was playing Volcanion with some kind of weird variation, but he's not. So we have another Piplup. Got rid of 2 Guzmas already, so that means we already got 2 out of 3. No water energy, unfortunately. There's only 8 in here. So I'm going to get rid of the Field Blower and the Rare Candy. I don't have that other Zoroark, which stinks. I'm just going to have to essentially wait and see what happens. I'm going to retreat into Lele. I have that Float Stone. I was hoping to already get a 2-hit KO or 1-hit KO on this Dawnwings, especially since I already threw away 2 Guzma. Now he's probably going to go in for that Float Stone. I believe this is a Salazzle variation. Since of course Zoroark is everything nowadays, you can incorporate it into everything, as you can see from what I've done with it. Let's see. I'm gonna attach the water energy that I really wanted. I'm glad that I got the Floodstone already in hand. I'm gonna shuffle everything back in. This is a really good setup. I don't want to throw the U-ball away, but that's gonna be the best option. Now I'm ready to set up with that water energy. Righteous Beating for knockout. So we got that Prinplup. I don't seem to use that rare candy as often as I like. I wish I did. Let's see. Oh, it's not a bad hand at all. I got that Splash Energy ready to evolve anything I need. Now there is the Salazzle. He's gonna wipe off those two Float Stones, which is a shame. Now I'm gonna start attaching stuff. He does have 6 prize cards remaining. I'm gonna trade. I hate to use N, especially since he'll draw more than I will. It'll be good that I can Righteous Beating. Since it is allergic to water, I could Guzma. All I have to do is find that water energy. There's that Float Stone. There's that trade. He's only doing 130, 140 if you wanted to use Heat Blast. I've never seen Salazzle in so much action before. Discard all energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Works kind of great now since a lot of things require a lot of energy. Not the most optimal GX attack that you'd want. I got a really good hand. Hate to see all that go though. But that's okay because I can recover with Aqua Patch. Now here comes Empoleon, hitting big time. I'm going to get rid of these two things, mostly just for this choice band, because I'm going to start taking a lot more prize cards than she is. So I'm going to get rid of the Lele since I can immediately retrieve it back with Rescue Stretcher. You know, such a worthy sacrifice. Nothing really good. I'm going to do Total Command for a KO. And there's the Sycamore. That should be technically game if they come out with Salazzle, which what they are. This is a really good game, a really good setup. I was happy about this game. I'm glad we had the advantage for the deck to set up a little bit and pick up that momentum that I like to see within it. And it's not even hitting for the full. Oh, it's for each prize card that they have taken. My bad. Well, what an easy win. It's a shame that they couldn't play. It was great to see Empoleon in action, though. There's a lot of benefits that Salazzle has. Let's play 2 more games. Hopefully 2 more wins in a row. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you have any new fun ideas for Friday Fun Decks, let me know. I wanted the next one to be Donphan for the expanded version. I also had a friend of mine send in a Gyarados list that he wanted me to play with, so I would probably take a look at that too. Now, this was not a bad hand at all. I could even Cynthia if I wanted to. Now they're playing a steel deck, which makes me a little bit nervous because that means we're going to have to be hitting for 230. If not, we're going to have to be hitting for 250. Maybe that 190. It looks more like a Dusk main, which isn't bad by any means. So I'm not essentially worried about them being attacking within this turn because it's going to take them a while to set up. Within Dusk main decks, I've seen them take about 3 to 4 turns. It's very rewarding though. It's a very high risk, high reward deck. Obviously they didn't have anything in their hand because they had an N. That's what I'm going to take it as. I didn't get much either, so I shouldn't be talking that much. An Ultra Ball would be perfect right about now. Allow me to set up a little bit more properly. In the sense of where I could actually end stuff back into my deck. And just draw whatever I needed. If I drew Aqua Patches, I could essentially start setting up Piplups. On a side note, my favorite Piplup is May's Piplup. May was the one. I'm pretty sure May was the one that had the Piplup. It had a personality of its own, to be quite honest. It was fun, adorable. I wish they would have commercialized it a whole lot more. Oh, I found something better than an Ultra Wall. I hate to end them. I really do, but I don't have another draw support option. I even have Guzma ready to go in. Total command for a knockout. Now I'm actually hoping to draw into a draw supporter. Pick up a drawer. U-Ball isn't a bad thing either. Now, they're going to go in for a heavy ball, which means that they got a rare candy. Okay, I thought they would have a rare candy. I'm doing 100, so I don't know why they would evolve into that. I would have put it on the back Cosmog. Teleport would have also been a good one. That's such a heavy retreat for such a little Pokemon. They're gonna go for Lele, Guzma. Well, they could possibly Guzma. I'm not too worried though because I have a Guzma. But just so they know that I'm not joking around, Splash Energy. Throw away a water, throw away a field blower. Now, I don't know what they're necessarily playing. I would like to throw away the field blower, but I'm not. And I'll tell you why I'm not going to throw away the field blower. I essentially could have gone in for a Lele with that Ultra Ball. I'd just like to have a more consistent draw support. And it's just a fun deck. It's not super competitive. The competitive move would have been going for Lele. But look, hey, a Lele. Rescue Stretcher, 90% positive that they'll either Rescue Stretcher that Cosmog, and they're going to shuffle back in. That was going to be my next guess, since they're heavily dependent within that line of Magnemite and Magnezone. Now, if you can only get there you go, a supporter, and a draw supporter at that, he also had a Cynthia, so he had options there. So it is Dawnwings. I'm assuming this is going to be a Solgaleo. And two Zoroarks. Now we've actually had a really good bench setup. It's taken us quite a few good turns, but that's okay. Do I have another Guzma? Is going to be my question. I do have one Guzma. I'm going to Cynthia just to hold on to that field blower. I could dig and dig until I picked out everything. I'm at 160. I would need to hit. I would have had to hit a lot of things that I wouldn't have felt comfortable. So how many water energy? I have 2 water energy. I have 1 water energy in the discard, 2 in my hand. So some free retreat. Or free trades. I even have a draw supporter for next turn, which works out fantastic. I'm having pretty good setups here. Total command. Only if I had a choice, man, if they play something else, but the smartest thing is that they didn't play something else. Um, so hopefully they have a supporter that will enable them to draw something. I have a pretty good setup, a nice little spread. I wonder what they're waiting on. They're taking quite a while. And their turn has passed. I don't think they could have essentially done anything. I'm gonna throw away the U-ball since that's a more comfortable option. I'm hoping. I mean, it's 2 wins. It was wins that I was hoping to see to show it off, especially with on a fun deck. Now let's see. It's gonna be a steel deck, obviously. Maybe they're just playing with steel. Oh, they just got a bunch of things going on. Not the greatest hand again. These hands are becoming super inconsistent, as you can see. Now, they didn't have a mulligan. This is going to be another Dusk main deck. Such a pretty promo. What a weird attack. I just feel like it's there for the duck shot, to be honest. A Celestial. Full art was better than the promo. And there's the Sycamore. Wow, they had a really good turn. I'm attached to Floatstone. Should attach a Choice Band, but I feel like they're gonna already Oko the Piplup. And I just drew into more, which isn't bad either. Can't retreat into them, but that's alright. They already have a fully powered up Celestial, which is crazy because they did this within 1 turn. They're not going to fill up their bench. They don't need to. Now it's just picking up this momentum. I'm going to throw away the Super Rod and the Print Blood, even though I did need both of them. I just want to be faster than them. I would be able to get into a perfect hand. Empoleon with a rare candy evolution. Quite rare, if you ask me. I'm able to do another one. I haven't seen any Aqua Patches. I haven't been granted the permission to do an Aqua Patch. I feel like Vulpix would have been a good choice within this deck too. Carry maybe a 2 copy. There's not much I can do, but they got a really good hand. Hit those Max Elixir. Able to get the DCE. What are they going to pull out? I've never seen this kind of deck. I don't know what they're playing. Whatever it is, though, they're working. Maybe they're doing their fun deck of the week. I throw everything back in. They take in 4 prize cards, though. So I'm gonna just shuffle their hand. And we came out with a Zoroark on top. There's the 2 water energy that I've been looking for. Not as good of a setup as I wanted. That's one of the downsides of this deck, is that it's super inconsistent. Just gonna try. I'm gonna go in for a draw supporter. A supporter that draws. Just to thin out the deck a little bit. I'm gonna pull out Sycamore. Shuffle in some things that I need. I'm gonna do a full line across. And I'm hitting for 110, which isn't bad. For 2 energy, 110 is not bad. They're gonna Cynthia. Nest Ball, what a beautiful card. I guess they were looking for a Celestial. And there's the KO. There's another one that I didn't want to see. Town map, a little nifty trick. I mean, why not? I'm just gonna throw it away anyways. Sycamore for the play. I didn't draw anything. I feel like I'm gonna lose this game. What? They even play Metal Frying Pan? I cannot come back from this. I'm gonna throw away a rare candy. Look, a Piplup. Well, there's not much I can do. I'm just gonna concede the game. I wonder if I can get a deck list off of them. No. If this guy watches my video, can you send me a friend request, please, and send me this deck? Somebody knows him, please send it to me. Alright, maybe we can get a win. That was such a crummy setup. Such a crummy setup. Pretty discouraging. What are we going to play next? I'm hoping to see something meta. That was a meta. That was fun versus fun. The meta's starting to become more like who can set up faster. Obviously, that's starting to become the key. If you're setting up later, it's because you're having more risk-reward kind of situation. I won this coin toss. Coin toss. And nothing. There's that inconsistent hand that I was talking about. Now my internet moves a little bit faster. No Bridget, but I have the ability to play Bridget. What else? What am I going to see? Wow, it took 3 mulligans. This is going to be Rainbow Road. Interesting. No. Kind of wanted to play in, but I'm not. He's going to really be dependent on some kind of stadium or item, so I'm going to save it. I'm going to grab the Lele, but I'm going to double check that I have everything. I do have that single copy of Bridget. The great thing about Lele too, it adds up to that bench space and allowing us to attack within the next turn. So here I'm going to pull out another 2 Piplets and another Zorua, so I can get that trade motion within the next turn. I'm not going to retreat. Let's see. Remoraid, this is the one from Crimson Invasions. Kind of a weird Remoraid, if you ask me. Let's get rid of that Floatstone. Gardevoir officially would wreck this deck if he had a better turn. Can't believe with all those cards in his hand he didn't have a better turn. I'm able to play... Well, I don't even have energy. Gonna get rid of Choice Band and get rid of Guzma. I could grab the trade, but I'm not. I'm gonna go for the Empoleon, the only one that I have. Now that's ridiculous. 1 Empoleon. That means 3 of them are in here. That's half. That's half. Okay, he quit. One Forbidden Light pack. Let's open it. I will match. I'm going to open this one. I usually save them till the end of the season. But like we can take a quick break to see what's inside. If I pull a full art, I will match whatever it is and I will give it away. So you please like and share. So if you made it this far, thank you again. Thank you for watching. So there's only one. I think I've opened a couple of packs. Obviously not. And unfortunately there's nothing to give away. But we can always keep playing some games. Comment. Tell me what else I could have done with this deck. Maybe what you would have done differently. Maybe something with a twist, something to make it more consistent. Maybe a Brooklet Hill. Now I think this is going to be more of a Buzzwole kind of Garb situation. Garbodor doesn't vex us because I'm not playing with that many abilities. I'm playing with 3 abilities, and even then, it's more of the trade is used as a secondary thing. It's just to thin out the deck. What a decent hand. This deck is definitely not tier A, tier 1, whatever you want to call it. It's not the best. It's more like a tier 2. 2 minus, B minus. It's more of everyone that did not do meta decks and you guys played a bunch of random fun decks, this would be one of those top winners. Just because it hits hard for so little. Now there was not much to do within that turn. The Rare Candy would enable us to do a better setup, start attacking. Even a Zorua would become really handy just right about now. They're going to go in for Lele. It's either going to be a Cynthia or a Bridget. Or a Lily. Maybe they're going to start playing things and have an explosive start. So there's that Nest Ball. So it is Buzzwole Garb, and I've seen this deck played more consistently within the meta. I don't know who gave the idea first, but I played it within the 60 card tournament. So within this situation, I want to try to get as many Piplups out as possible and start setting up faster than he did. Obviously, I need a draw supporter for that. What really comes in handy is this order pad. This order pad lets you flip a coin and go back in for an item if you get heads. Well, reveal an item from your deck, my bad. So that's a lot. That's maybe the choice band, the floatstone that you needed. Unfortunately, I can't. I'm going to risk it all. I'm going to do evolve this one. There is not what I would have thought of. I'm not going to even lay this. I'm just going to do a Wave Slash since there's not much I can really do. Just for a measly 20. He doesn't even need to power up fully. I think he would have to watch out if I did have a nice powered up Zoroark. But essentially you could run the whole table right about now. I wonder what she's waiting on. Good news though. So today I called Asus. Asus is the computer brand I love and support. And so I've been waiting back on my gaming laptop to go back to doing live streams. And they told me that they're figuring out what's wrong with the part because they've been over delayed with my computer. They're going to expedite the fixing of my computer. So hopefully within a week or two, I can go back to live streaming. I will obviously record and live stream at the same time. So there will be a lot more interaction, hopefully a little bit of fun. I'm going to still figure out how to put some music within my YouTube videos because I was already docked for putting music already, and one of my videos was banned, Greninja. The Greninja video was banned because I had a song from an artist. I'm not going to even mention the artist, so I'm still a little bit salty about that. How I'm salty about this two losses right here. I did put the no copyright that I did not own the song, still did nothing. I can't even remove the song because it's embedded within the movie or the video. Now I'm going to keep that Ultra Ball since I'm going to probably have to go back in for something. Do you know what would be really good in this deck? A Mewtwo and a Mew. It slowly starts to become like Zoroark. So, which isn't great, which is what I don't want to do. I don't want to take away the main focus. And Cynthia, hopefully I get something. An Aqua Patch isn't that bad. I have 3 water energy in there. I'm gonna need some more water energy, so I'm just gonna throw 2 of them back. I can leave the Piplup there. Now there is a choice between Choice Band, which I'm gonna keep. I'm throwing away the rare candy just because I'm gonna need Choice Band to start hitting for that 230. Doesn't look like he's gonna fill up his bench though. That was a terrible draw. Like I said, this deck doesn't hold up against metas. It'd be nice if there was a good combo out there for it to be holding up against metas. I just feel like it turns into a big Zoroark deck after it becomes meta. I just want to primary focus on the Empoleon. They're getting ready to set up. I've already put out the Garbotoxin, but you know, since there's not much where they need to do. There is the Jet Punch to the Zorua, which puts pressure. I'm allowed to evolve it though, which is good. So here's my goodbye to the Guzma and the water energy, taking off some of that pressure. I still have 2 Aqua Patches, so I could essentially trade stuff away. I'm gonna trade this Aqua Patch. Hopefully draw into some good cards, maybe Field Blower. Water Energy, not that helpful. Now before this is knocked out, I hope it gives me a good card to say farewell to an old friend. Really nothing. I'm not worried about the Floatstone. I am worried about this Fighting Fury Belt. And this Fighting Fury Belt, since they're at a really high number as it is anyways. I'm going to play it through, since this is the last video, or the last match of this video. Now, I could possibly... all I would need here is a Cynthia or an N. I'm already 6-2 after this attack. I did get heads on one of the order pads. That's 1 out of 3 though. That mysterious treasure comes in really handy now. Especially within this deck, it becomes more consistent, allowing Buzzwole to search for the Garboders, the Trashalanche version, or, you know, the Garbotoxin version. Abilities are cut off. I just did float stones though. I feel blower off the Fighting Fury belts, not the float stones. I believe in this deck. Not that much though. I just wanted to hit it. Now, it would be good for him to have a Guzma and an energy. Okay. What is he gonna do? Just another Jet Punch? I'm gonna go in for another Piplup. Just play it down. And I'm gonna go for Total Command. Just trying to warm up the bench. Wish I had two more. Wish I had that choice band when it came in real handy. There's another Jet Punch. I wonder if he's just giving me a lifeline. Just towing with me. Ah, Sycamore. I wish somebody was here to give me a high five. That deserves some major credit. And Whirlpool for knockout. I could have used Total Command. Now I even have the Guzma there. Too bad I don't have an Aqua Patch. I probably should have set up this other Piplup to start Guzma-ing out stuff. I have the Float Stone though. I don't know what I was expecting from him, to be honest. I just wanted Piplup to come back so I could have more of attack options. Since all my resources are depleting. Beast Ring. Not good, not good. A Nest Ball. Wow. Okay, so I'm trying to see what he's doing. He's going to hit for 120. What a sweet number to hit at. He even has the opportunity. I think that's all he really needed. He was just waiting for me to go down 2-4. Swing around's a good attack if it hits for the actual what's supposed to, the 120. I could throw such a good hand away. Since we are at the end, there is no way for me to win this game. I'm just going to throw everything away, see where it would have taken me. And there's an Aqua Patch.